Hey guys, this is Caleb Muster with SFLLC. I was recently sharing the story with some friends and family about how we won our first business deal with Coca-Cola Consolidated here in Charlotte. And they're like, man, you got to share this with people, write it down, make a video about it. Because it's a pretty crazy story about how God showed up in a big way in kind of the ordinary day-to-day. So I want to share it with you and hope it's encouraging. Back in December, I left my role as the director of sales for a NASCAR team to start SFLLC with the vision to create this company that helps businesses develop and strengthen their important relationships in the personal digital age through these creatively designed 3D products. If you guys follow us on Facebook or Instagram, you've probably seen our signature product, the SF boxes. And so when I left the team, I spent all my savings on making sample boxes to give to businesses here in Charlotte that I had relationships with. I had a meeting, this was right before Christmas, I had a meeting with our friends at Red Moon Marketing in South Park, who actually happened to be in Coca-Cola's building. But I didn't have a chance to set up a meeting with Coke, so I made a sample and was just going to drop it off at their front desk. And I made the sample for David, who's one of their senior VPs, good friend and mentor of mine. He had no idea I was making it for him. I was just going to surprise him. So I go to South Park to meet with Red Moon. Get on the elevator to go up to their floor, and all of a sudden it starts taking me up to the executive suites, and you can't get up there without a security card swipe at the elevator. So I'm like hitting the button trying to go to my floor so I can make my meeting, and it's still taking me up, and I'm like, great, I'm going to get thrown out by security. And the doors open, and David, the guy I made the box for, steps onto the elevator. And he was like, Caleb, what are you doing here? And I was like, I'm not really sure, but I made you a box, so here. And he's like, oh, this is cool. And I was like, yeah, this is a new company I just started. I'd love to talk with you after Christmas about it. And he was like, yeah, let's sit down when we get back. And so Christmas happens, fast forward a little bit, and David calls me and says, man, that box was awesome, I loved it, let's sit down and talk. And so we meet, and within I think it was under a week, we had our first corporate deal with Coca-Cola here in Charlotte. A few people may have heard of them. And here's where it gets crazy. So when we got paid on that deal was the day I ran out of money, completely. Car insurance due, rent, car payment, everything due, no money. And so had that not happened, I would have had to, the company probably wouldn't have even made it through. I would have gone and got another job and, been like, oh, well, that was a good experiment. But because we got that deal, and then we ended up getting a deal with Auburn and General Mills, and now it's really starting to take off 7-8 months later. And I mean, all that to say, if you are a believer in Jesus, then that those coincidences aren't, they didn't just happen, right? That's just too just too crazy, right? But maybe you don't believe in God, so just kind of look back through that story and just think about how many things would have to happen for that not to go through. If I had been a minute late to the elevator, if I got stuck in traffic, I would have missed David. Maybe David would have already left for a vacation. And just the fact that it was even David, out of all the thousands of people that work at Coca-Cola, that stepped onto the elevator. And how did I even get up there, without security? How did the elevator just randomly take me up there at the exact moment that David was getting on there, So I guess all I have to say, I hope this story is encouraging to you in some way. I know you might feel like I do sometime, which is, maybe God cares about, the day-to-day stuff of super Christians like Billy Graham or Tim Tebow or something like that, but maybe he doesn't care about me, a teacher or a banker or a stay-at-home parent. So yeah, I just really hope this story encourages you. I plan on filming more videos like this, not just from a faith standpoint, but just from business too. We actually just got our first 2 orders from Major League Baseball teams, which is pretty awesome, so I want to share a little bit about that too. But yeah, feel free to share this with your friends, and again, I hope it's encouraging, and thanks so much.